Yeah, so, and then when I met my roommate and everything, got with him, his baby mama was like, they still live together, you know, because it was just, you know, because things are expensive and shit. So, like, and then he just, like, from there moved in with me. But he had to, like, he wasn't allowed to video call me because it was too loud. Or, you know, she was just still controlling him. And, like, one time when I went to stay there, we all went out to eat, because she wanted to get to know me a little more so that, you know, their son could be around me. But then she started controlling all that, and just, like, one of the times, I think it was that same night, because, like, next morning is what it was, right? Yeah. But the night before, I was supposed to go eat with my friends, and I did, but I got there because his baby mom was gonna go stay the night at some dude's. And so she did this on purpose. So we had just sat down, me and my friends. I think we went to Olive Garden, and one of them was gonna pay for me, but I didn't even get to order, and I don't know, we had to leave because she needed to meet me. His baby mama needed to meet me before she went to her other guy friend's whatever house. And I was just like, I was so pissed. My friends saw me so pissed. I don't like people seeing me mad. So when I get mad, I usually like to be alone so that I can express it without upsetting anybody or whatever, because I can get scary. Or like, not scary, I just yell it out now. I don't throw things. Like, I used to throw things. I just didn't know how to express my anger in the past very well. But anyways. Hey! No! I don't trust her in here, because I don't know what she's gonna do. Because one time when I had Chloe, I think it was like one of the first times that she came here to this house with her dad, and it was last summer. And then we all ended up, I had Chloe, and we met her dad at the mall in Topeka, like an hour away, because that's where he had his son, who is assigned female at birth, but yeah, where he had his son Alistair there. And so I left my door open because I was like, okay, maybe I can trust my cats. And a lot of people probably don't understand this part, but I have to trust them with my stuff. Like, it's a two-way street to me. Animals, I have to have you know, it has to be like that. But so, like, I left my door open, and I came back, and one of the cats had thrown up in my room, and another one somehow got shit on my wall, and I don't even know how it did, because it was like nowhere else in the room. And I was like, yeah, y'all can't come in here anymore. And Fluff, my son's cat, I've been letting him in here more often, because when my son was here, the cats get scared, because he's really stimmy, and then he also like typical teenage boy stuff, just messes with them and picks on them or whatever. Doesn't harm them, but yeah, he just wants to hold them and pet them, and they're like me, they don't like people. They get overstimulated. They don't even like us, especially me, which I have to expel all my anger, and I'm like, I usually just like to stay in my room and do it, because I don't want them to, but I both don't want them to stifle me, and I also don't want to scare them. Yeah, but, I've been letting Fluff in here more often, but the only thing is I worried, like, he wasn't fixed until he had already reached maturity, so, like, I don't want him to spray. He hasn't yet, so I'm guessing that bed wasn't around other cats, otherwise he would have sprayed it. He did that to the couch that we got when we first got it. I was like, you're an asshole. It's just in their nature, but still. Anyways, where was I going? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was so mad that night, and then at first she seemed okay, but like you couldn't post anything. Like, she just knew. It was, like, if I was venting about her, she would just know. Like, his baby mama. And then, like, the next day we went to... We couldn't, like, so she had this rule, we couldn't show affection to each other in front of her. So, like, my polyamorous crap and my childhood shit literally set me up for that shit. When you're raised on survival, you take love any way you can get it. And you settle for it. So, like, that's literally what happened. And so we were both raised on survival. Me and my roommate were both raised like that. So, like, we just accepted it. And there was a few times. Well, I'll get to the next morning. We all went out to eat in Lawrence, in a town close by to where they lived, and it was fun. But like, she was pregnant with her second child, her third child, her second son, at the time, and I had to sit in the back seat because, you know, I guess I was a side. You know, I was used to being treated like the side bitch. You know, because childhood wounds are a bitch, and they will show up like that. It's, people don't realize it until you start doing shadow work, and then, like, the shadow work just never stops. But anyways, the funny thing is I farted back there. And she's like, what? It was so funny. It was a bad one. And then I blamed it on their son because he was only like 2 or 3. I think it was 3. Yeah, 2018. I don't remember, but yeah. So, like, yeah, we couldn't even show affection. But yeah. So I broke that cycle with my twin. Yeah. So yeah, we both have been reflecting, though. I could feel it on how we hurt his family, me and my twin. I could feel it, and I was like, we both gotta forgive ourselves because we were operating out of childhood wounds. And I had never done that to a friend before, and I never will again. But I still struggle with being like, okay, if I get close to somebody and tell them that, they're gonna be like, bro, I don't fucking want to be friends. So I'm like, but then that just means they aren't for me. But it's like, who is then? Because, like, I have a lot of issues with making friends, and even in person, I'll make friends in person, and then the next thing you know, we'll text here for a little bit, and then, like, they'll ghost me, and I'm like, bro, I really have done a lot of work, and I really do open myself up to it. I really am just like, you know. So it's a mixture. Like, people just suck. It's a mixture of, like, me being protected from people's bullshit, and a mixture of me still healing, and me, I'm learning how to put my guard down. But also, some of us are just meant to be lone wolves, and I'm like that, and I'm fine with it for the most part. But, like, I want to, I don't know, I want to travel and stuff, and, like, it'd just be nice to have somebody. I'm also scared to travel and go on a freaking airplane because I'm, you know, wide open spaces, and that's scary, and heights, and it's like, I don't want to feel it. And then what if I freak out and I can't get off of there, you know? Like, there was a time, I think I talked about that, the boat in, like, 5 years ago, and I had to get off of it. But, like, what if I can't get off? You know, I can't get off a plane. But I think it's that you can feel the plane when it takes off and then when it lands, and that's it, which is gonna be helpful. So I will eventually make myself do it, I think. Bro,